Hi everyone, I am going to follow this tutorial to connect using PyMongo to MongoDB Atlas. We are going to create CRUD application, a backend, and all we have to do is to follow these steps. I will just copy from this window and paste into Cloud Shell. We create the virtual environment and then we activate it. We install a FastAPI, PyMongo, and Python.env. In my case, I installed them yesterday, but I'm going to copy paste the comment anyway. Okay, everything is installed. So next step is to create a directory. I created the directory yesterday, but I removed it, I deleted it, so I could repeat the tutorial. We create the directory. We change directory. And now we are going to create 3 files. So touch just creates an empty file. If I type ls right now, I should see the files, but if I look at the content of them, they are empty. There's nothing in the file. Okay. So next step is to create a very simple application, a very simple web application. All it is going to do is to print a message. So we have different options. I will use the editor here, open. I look for PyMongo FastAPI CRUD directory and I open the main.py file. It's empty. All I have to do is to copy this very simple web application. When the browser connects to this application, it will print a message. Welcome to the PyMongo tutorial. Okay, so let's try it. We launch the application. Okay, it's running. And we can visit this link. And as you can see, here we have the message. Welcome to the PyMongo tutorial. Obviously, we could write anything else in the message. We can write well, whatever. So we just refresh here and we see the new message. Good. So, well, to stop the application, we simply press Ctrl C. Okay, now the application has stopped. That means if we try to connect to it, it's not working anymore. Okay, so next thing is to edit the .env file. So we open it. I check these checkbox to see the hidden files. I open it, it's empty. So I copy this. I have to fill in my username here, which is M001 student. Then my password, it's M001 MongoDB basics. And here I need the code for my cluster. So what I am going to do, I connect to cloud mongodb.com. I log in using my Borjamoy account. Connect. So this is cluster 0, and then this string of letters I copy here and paste on the other window. For the name of the database can be anything we want. So here it says PyMongo tutorial. You can write whatever you want. We will leave it like this. Okay, now we have to go back to our main PI, and the program is going to be a bit more complicated because now it is going to open a connection to the database and print a message. So I replace main PI with the new code. And well, this is going it's going to print a message on the screen. So we load the application again. And we make sure that we can see the message here. So now things start to get interesting. We need a model for the objects, for the documents that we are going to use in our application. So I just open the models py file and I copy paste these models. You can observe that every time that I make some change, the application reloads. So here we have our model. So this will be used to create a book. This will be used to update a book. So in this case, the fields are optional for the update. We have the fields and then an example document. Next, we are going to insert the roots. So for each endpoint, we are going to have a root. At first, we open the roots file, which is empty by now, and we copy this code. We're going to use the book and the book update models that we created in the previous file. And well, now we start including the endpoints. So this is post to create a new book. Well, you can see here insert one that does exactly what you think it's doing, and then find one so that we can print the book we just inserted on the screen. Next endpoint is get book. So this will get a list of all the books, and well, not all the books because there is a limit. So you're already familiar with find and limit, so you should understand what we are doing here. Next endpoint is the book /ID, and this returns a single book, okay? Just one. So it takes an ID as a parameter, and it returns, well, we have a find one to find just one book. We use ID as a parameter, and if we can find the book, we return the book. Otherwise, we send this message that should be familiar to you: HTTP 404 not found. Let's continue. So next endpoint is put, and this is to edit a book when we want to change some of the fields of the book. It's going to take an ID, which is the book that we are going to change, and well, again, if we can find the book, we use the set operator to change it. Otherwise, if the book is not found, well, we just send a 404 message. And well, after modifying the book, we use find one to obtain the book, the modified book, and return it. Finally, the last endpoint is delete. So probably you can guess what this endpoint is doing. It's deleting a book. So it takes an ID as a parameter, and it uses delete one to delete the book. Well, if the book is successfully deleted, we will return a 204 success. The file it's no longer there. The book is no longer there. If the ID does not exist, we will send a 404 not found. And with this, we are done. Now we need to register the book endpoint. So we will be adding this line and this line. So all we have to do is to copy this code and paste it here in our Mongo py file. The application reloads. So now I am going to visit the documentation of my API to try it. So I write here after the slash docs, DOCS. So I get this interface where I can try my API. So I am going to try the get endpoint, try it out, execute, and I will obtain a list of the books. You can see that there are no books right now in my database. Next thing I am going to do is to post a book, to create a book. So I'm going to try it out, execute, and now theoretically we have inserted a book. We have a 201, which is a success code. Just to be sure, I go back to my cluster and I take a look at the PyMongo tutorial. I have the book database, and as you can see, the book has been inserted. So now next step will be to obtain again the list of the books here, execute, and we can see that we have one book in our collection. Good. So let's try to modify it using the put endpoint. Want to try this out. Well, we will need the ID. So I will go back here and copy the ID of my book, the book I want to modify. I can paste it here. And well, I can update the book. Maybe let's change the name to Miguelito, the name of the author. We're going to execute this update, and well, we get a success code, and this is the new the updated document. Let's refresh it here. And we can see that now the name of the author is Miguelito. Okay, very good. Now I'm getting tired of this book, so I want to delete it. So I come here, try it out, and execute. The code is 204. The document no longer exists. It has been deleted. Just to make sure, I will obtain my list of books again. It's an empty array. And I am going to refresh the information here to make sure that the book has disappeared. Okay, thanks for watching, thanks for listening.